Why intelligent people stop listening. Section 3 continues. What keeps a wound open? The conventional approach to psychological wounds works through content, locating the source, processing the memory, integrating the past into a more coherent narrative. It assumes that one part of thought can examine another without bias. It cannot. The past examining the past is still the past. When thought uses memory to examine memory, it is using the same conditioned instrument to investigate itself. The examiner and the examined are made of the same material. Memory cannot step outside of memory to see it clearly. It can only rearrange what is already there. Nothing genuinely new enters. The wound is handled, processed, reframed, but the mechanism that keeps it alive remains untouched because the examination never reached it. It stayed within the past's own terms. The mechanism that maintains a wound is the same in every wound. Memory conditions thought to move in a certain direction, and thought follows without noticing that it is following. What dissolves this is not analysis, but seeing in the present moment that the movement is happening. Not its history, not its meaning. Simply, this is happening. This is not mindfulness. Mindfulness is a practice, a technique applied by a practitioner. What is being described here has no practitioner, no technique, and no duration. It has no name. It is not something you do. When the movement is seen clearly, it loses its automaticity. Not because it has been resolved, but because thought does not enter what it can plainly perceive. You see the puddle, you don't get wet. Section 4. Attention as the ground of intelligence. Intelligence properly understood is not a fixed quantity distributed unequally between people and nations. It is indivisible attention, specifically attention that is free from the noise of accumulated bias, habit, memory, and self-protection. When perception is direct and unmediated, thought becomes orderly. It can follow an argument to its conclusion without deflecting toward a preferred destination. It can hear something it disagrees with and hold it long enough to examine it. It can say, "I was wrong," without experiencing that admission as a defeat. When perception is filtered by ideology, by identity, by fear of exclusion, by the accumulated weight of past wounds, thought becomes disorderly. It reaches conclusions before the argument has finished. It hears attack in what was offered as inquiry. It settles for the answer already in place rather than undergo the discomfort of genuine uncertainty. This is not a moral failure in the conventional sense. It is not a free agent choosing badly. What looks like a choice is itself the product of conditioning, and its roots go deeper than the individual. The background through which perception is filtered is not chosen, it is inherited. We are born into a language, a history, a set of stories about who we are and who has wronged us. The mind that forms in that environment is already shaped before it begins to think consciously. Culture does not just give us content. It gives us the lens through which all content is received. We'll pick up section 5 next time.